Hi, this is John Taylor from the ETHOS Innovation Center with 1 degree of sky time. Take a little moment here to of your day to learn a little bit about astronomy. So, looking at this image from Dr. Riebel from Caltech of the North American Nebula, beautiful area of the sky. And what's interesting here is there's nothing here that you and I would notice with our eyeball, or most of this actually would not be visible to our eyes as they are. This image is in the infrared, and so we can see red, green, and blues, and mix those together to see the colored world around us that we're used to. If you can imagine, though, going below the red into the infrared, where it gets colder and colder, these colors are a mix of those different colors in wavelengths of the image you're seeing. So, what do I mean? What do I mean by that? Well, if we could see in the infrared below the red, our world would look a bit like this. And if you're a snake or a mosquito, it kind of does. So they're able to see a bit into the infrared. They can notice these colors around us that we just don't see. And that's why we at night we glow a little bit to them, I suppose, so they can find us and do their thing. Um, well, here's an image of sky that I have here of that same area of space. And as you're looking at these, all five of these images were made by the Spitzer Space Telescope. So each of these are actually in the infrared. When I start off here to the first image up in the top left, it is just in the infrared outside our vision, and then it goes farther and farther and farther and farther. And you can notice as it's going and looking more like clouds. Well, these clouds are cooler than stars for sure. Stars are hot, but they'd love to become stars. So as they're starting to coalesce and come together, they're a birthing ground for stars. So you can think of it that way. That over time these would turn into the stars that we see. But right now, currently, most of this is just too cold. They haven't got to that point yet in their lives. So what I'm going to do is take one of these images, though, and I'm going to false color it. So I'm going to bring it down in the cell here as red. So let's see what that happens there. Okay, good. Think about where we can see it. And as you look at it, it's the same image, but it just is being accented in the red for us. And let's do the same thing with another image of these. This one over here, let's pull that in. But this time I'm going to put it in the green. So now when it comes in, we're going to notice something a little bit different. Notice as those overlay, we start to actually see something that's much more interesting, much more detailed. We see the hotter and cold areas kind of coming together. And I think I put that backwards. I think this slide over here is the first one I put in. Let's drop this one up above in now. But let's drop this warmer region in here as blue. So as we do this, you can see how, wow, it looks more like something you see in a magazine or online, and it is. That is actually an image of the North American Nebula. And I haven't done all the fancy things to beautify and bring out more details than this. It is just a tricolor image, but how wonderful it is. So now when you look in magazines, you realize quite often, or look online, you can see most of these images we honestly cannot see. They're outside our range, but thanks to the work of astronomers like Dr. Riebel at Caltech and many others, we have a chance to really explore our world in neat ways. So thank you for joining me with 1 degree of sky time, and that's about as much time as I've taken. The time I have left, I will put a plug out to the Michiana Astronomical Society, a great group in northern Indiana, helping to open up the skies to the public. And also, congratulations to the Mars mission Perseverance launching. If you have not watched that launch, it's on YouTube, and an excellent time there. So congratulations. I'm looking forward to updates as that mission unfolds the next couple of years. Thank you again for joining me.